So, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a necklace which I have absolutely no name for it. I came up with this idea about 6 months ago, and I've searched the internet, the Google, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, you name it. I tried to find something similar to learn how to do it because I didn't know how to make it. And I couldn't find anything. So if you please know the name, please write it down in the comment. It's a special piece, a statement piece. Either you will love it or you will hate it. But I think you should watch the video anyway, because the technique you can use in so many other things like earrings and bracelets. Maybe in some home decoration ideas as well. You should keep in mind that this takes hours and hours and hours to make. So don't set up a goal to make it in one day, because you won't be able to. I used 1,100 crimp beads. So your hands will get sore and you will get blisters if you do too much at the same time. So think of it as a long-term project. Do a little every day and you will eventually reach the goal. So let's jump into it and make this necklace. I'm going to show you how to make the pieces for this necklace. And I'm using black beading wire. It doesn't have to be perfect. I cut a little bit more than 1 decimeter of wire, and then I take a shorter piece like that. And here I have my crimp beads for wire. The hole is 1 millimeter and they're about 1.5 millimeter long. They're called wire crimp beads, I think. And I'm using black. So you take the longer piece of wire and you put the crimp bead on. Then I find out that it's easier if you put the short piece in first. So you have like a cross like this. Then you take the long piece and put it back through. And then you pull the ends down and crimp bead up. And now you're going to make the loop, which you're going to attach to the necklace later. So preferably, I pulled this too long. They're not supposed to be equal length. I'm just going to pull this back a bit like that and pull the other end instead, so they get a bit uneven. And this is a little bit too long on top. I usually make them like this. Like that. And then you crimp the crimp bead. And now, this doesn't look much, but now we're going to attach beads on it. And it doesn't have to be even. You choose where you want to put the beads yourself. Doesn't have to be perfect. I put a crimp bead on, and then a bead. And then I take my plier, and I want 2 on this piece, so I'm going to squeeze this very near the loop here, and then push the bead down. And put on the next crimp bead. Squeeze it. Then another crimp bead. And I want this bead to be at the very end of the wire. So then I grab the crimp bead and I leave about 1 millimeter of wire, and then I squeeze the crimp bead together. And then you put the last crimp bead on top there. Oops, it fell through. It happens every now and then, but you just take it out and put it back on, and then you squeeze. So the beads can't move on the wire. And now you're gonna do the other 3 strands. I know this looks ridiculous and ugly, but you get the idea of it when we put the whole necklace together. Now we're going to take the second strand. I think I'm going to add like 2 beads on this one. I think I'll put 2 beads on this one as well. The more beads you add, the thicker the necklace will be. There you go. This is an ugly little piece, but it almost looks like a tree branch, and you're gonna make as many as you can of this. Okay, now when all the pieces are done, we're going to try to put this together. So I've cut some wire that's about 60 centimeters long. I have never done this necklace before, so this will be very interesting. I put a clip on the end so the beads won't fall off. And now We're going to start stringing. I'm gonna try and put one bead in between. And then one of these cluster branch thingy things. And we'll see how that looks. Maybe I put a couple in between, I don't know yet. I just put them on randomly. They're a bit different in sizes, as you can see. Now I got 3. So I think I'm going to take a bead in between there. Yeah, this is interesting. We'll see how it looks in the end. Maybe I change my mind later on how I will put this together, but we'll see. It was an uneven one, so I'm just gonna put 4 in between of the last bead here. You can't really tell the difference, and it will look like this. I will fill up with beads on both sides to make this necklace complete. I'm not sure how long I want it to be yet, but I'm just gonna do as I go and measure. Now I put 20 on the right side, and now I'm gonna put 20 on the left side. And we'll see how long that is. It will be too short, but we'll start like that. Now we're going to try and measure this just approximately to see what it looks like as it is. About 13, 20. It's about 41 centimeters. And I think I want it a bit longer because I don't want this on my neck. I want them to be further down. So we're gonna add some more beads. I have 20 on each side now. This is about 3 centimeters. That's 44. And if I add 5 on the other side, it will be about 47. And then there's a lock coming onto it. We'll see how it looks like, if it will fit properly, like this. Now I quickly tried it on in the mirror, and I think I need to add another 5 beads on each side. So that's what I'm gonna do. And this necklace is very heavy because this is glass beads. So if you decide to make one, you should use acrylic beads so it won't be so heavy. Now when I've strung all the beads, I'm just gonna quickly count to make sure that there's an even amount on both sides. I've used 30 beads on each side. Now we're going to try and put this thing together. I ran out of these wire crimp beads. I only have one left, so I have some other so-called black ones. You can see that they're more metal. And I only had black jump rings right now, but I think if you use glass bead, you should use the other kind that's called split rings, I think, because there are several rows of wire, so it won't open. And I also have a black clasp here, a lobster clasp. So we're going to make a loop at the end here. And another important thing on this type of necklace, you have to push the beads down really, because this is so heavy. I think this is gonna sink together, and then you will get a piece of wire in the wide open here, and that's not that pretty. So push the beads down before you close it. I think I've had too much coffee already today. I'm shaky. I also broke my long thumbnail at work, and that's difficult for me to... I'm used to work with my nails. But we're gonna fight this one and try to get it there. And then you squeeze the bead here real tight together. Well, you cut your access wire off. I made the loop here, and I'm gonna put the jump ring on there. But first I'm gonna finish this side off. I'm just gonna hold it up a bit. There, and I'm gonna put the crimp bead on. I'm gonna take it down and make a loop on this side for the jump ring to be in. And I think for a heavy project like this, you should also use a wire guard for the wire so it won't break from the weight of the necklace. I hate not having my nails. They're so good to push the beads down with. Like that. Now I have a loop and I'm gonna crimp this bead and squeeze it real hard because this is heavy. And now I've also discovered that I need a new plier because it's not as sharp as it used to be. I think I had this for 10 years, so it's okay to buy a new one. I think it's completely broken at the end. There you go. And now I need a second plier because I'm gonna put the jump rings on. And later on, I'm gonna have a little chat with you with this necklace and tell you how long it took and so on. First, we'll put it together. And here you should use a split ring, I think they're called, at least in my country, because it's stronger than a jump ring, but I don't have any, so let's just try this one. I can tell that these are very thin jump rings, so they're not that sturdy. But they're black and they look good, so. Like that. So, this is what the necklace will look like. I will show you some pictures on how it will look